This is a big strategic pause. It's about elevating and amplifying your growth for your business or career, personal growth for your next level of health, wealth, love, learning, any and all. It's not New Year's resolutions or strategic planning. It's the deeper work to create a powerful growth moment just for you. So get ready to dive in, go below the surface of your life, and listen intently to you. Let's see what possibilities are ahead in your growth zone. This is The Growth Moment with your coach, Amy Kay. Inspiration, ideas, and incredible insights for you to be more and do more. Get ready to grow today. The start of a new year, a classic time to step back, reset, and think about the go-forward plan. Whether it's a strategic map for business, a list of New Year's resolutions, or just a wish list for the coming months. All of those exercises are useful, but today I'm taking you in a different direction. I want to coach on your growth, a dive into where you need to grow to become who you want to be and have your desired impact on the world around you. Indeed, this brainstorming might result in a few resolutions or action items, but this is meant to be a standalone tool, a moment for you to go deeper. Think about the growth most precious and valuable for you. Create some clarity on what matters most. I'm going to do a little closed eye visualization, ask you a whack of questions, and poke around in your head and your heart, an Amy Kay mix. Ideally, I want you to be able to kick back, relax into this coaching, and be ready to take notes and jot down your insights and ideas. This is about giving you space to really hear yourself. But if you are in the midst of other activities, you can always write down your takeaways later or listen again. Let's jump in and explore your growth zone. Okay, to get started, you might want to pick the area or areas where you are focusing today. Whole life, strictly business or career, or perhaps one particular aspect like relationships or health or finances. It's whatever you want. Take a breath with that. See what's coming up. What is the most important topic? What's calling you today? Trust your instincts. You can always repeat this whole process to move into additional areas. But I want you to start with the focus that is most valuable for you, that needs to be in the heart of your growth zone. Jot that down. And a few quick tips on taking notes. When I do my own growth zone thinking, I like to make note of my growth goals, growth accelerators, and growth obstacles. I map it out, create separate spots if I'm using a big piece of paper or in a document to capture insights under those headings. If you're more visual, you can draw or create a picture of your zone, literally make it into more of a real map. Draw the obstacles, barriers, as well as things that will shoot you up or over the obstacles, speed up your progress. Or you might prefer a straight up bullet list or spreadsheet. It's all good. Do what works for you. Now, you should have your growth zone focus area and be ready to capture your ideas, insights, and inspiration. We're going to do a closed eye visualization to tap into your deeper intuition. Bypass some of that top level tactical task thinking. If you are a great visualizer, awesome. If that's not your sweet spot, give this a try anyway. If you get distracted, just rewind and play it again. Some of us need to slow it down and listen several times. I want you to lean back if you can. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in and out slowly, dropping your shoulders, releasing the pressure and putting down everything that you have been carrying. Not a single thing to do at this moment. Just be. Feel into or think into that area for growth that you picked. What are you wanting for this part of your life? What is the possible outcome you're growing into? Is it something specific or tangible or more generalized? Picture or see where that growth might take you. Imagine there are no blocks to your growth. It's unstoppable. What is possible in this growth zone? Keep taking those deep breaths, eyes closed, relaxed, easy. I want you to picture the kind of growth you need. Is it fast, like weeds multiplying, or more of a slow spread? Is it an underground seed germinating, patiently waiting until it breaks through the ground? Or a giant redwood tree type of growth, slowly adding another ring? I want you to see it, feel it, think it. The kind of growth that is being called for. If the whole garden or nature thing isn't doing it for you, pick some other metaphor. Compound interest, an adolescent growth spurt. Use whatever you need that captures the essence of the kind of growth you think is ready to happen. At this moment, I want you to come from a more intuitive place, not just the logic of what needs to get done. Trust yourself. What kind of growth do you need? Now, think about what you need to encourage your growth, like water and sunlight. What will kickstart and sustain your growth? What's the right environment? Like fertile soil, what is the place or space for your growth? Who are the people that you need to surround yourself with? Let yourself see it like a movie montage. Stay curious and open to whatever is bubbling up for you. You might want to pause here and ponder these questions a bit longer. Finally, take a look at what might be blocking your most impactful growth. What's in your way? Who is in your way? Picture it. If you could fundamentally clear the path, what needs to go? Take your time to see what other visions, ideas, information is here for you. You can always pause the audio to explore for as long as you like. When you're ready, open your eyes and stretch. Now you get to make notes. Capture the insights about your growth zone. What stands out? What do you want to grab and remember? What growth goals, blocks, and accelerators do you see? Are there actions or steps that you might need to take? You can write down as much or as little as you wish. but take the time to sift through your vision. This deeper, more intuitive knowing is often the source of the paradigm shifting growth. But if all of this did nothing for you, don't worry. I think it's great you were willing to play, experiment, and give it a try. Next, I'll share some of my own process, and then we'll take one more look at yours. Hopefully, you have at least a handful of ideas and insights. You are looking for what kind of goals, actions, and shifts will make up your growth zone. For me, my focus area is career. I know I want to expand my business in this coming year. More revenue, less work, and more impact. A very tall order. When I did my own growth vision exercise, I saw an old growth rainforest, a waterfall pouring down, feeding into a lush, green, awe-inspiring forest. The kind where you walk around just looking up, taking it all in. New plants and seedlings literally growing out of old trees that have fallen over. An ecosystem that is self-sustaining, rich, diverse, pulsing with life. It's a potent vision for me, one that I keep coming back to. The insights I draw now from my exploration, at least at the beginning, is that I need to be willing to let some of my current business model topple over, fall to the ground, so that it can nurture the new growth, the next generation business model. My big growth goal is the creation of that new paradigm. Part of my growth zone is strengthening the courage to experiment, learn, refine. I need a mindset and permission to let go of the past and welcome the future. I need people around me who will help me brainstorm and challenge my thinking. I need others who can do some of the execution. For sure, it's time to consider some virtual assistants. That would be a super accelerator for me. As for who is in my way, it's mostly me. The me who has been coaching one way for 20 years and is super comfy. That girl needs to move aside for the new girl. Bottom line, my growth zone is breaking my old business model with a ton of permission to experiment and innovate, including lots of trial and error. This whole visioning thing is an art, not a science. It's playing with your intuitive side, tapping into your creative right brain thinking and feeling. I often tend towards the logical and analytical, yet many of my most powerful paradigm shifts have come from this gut level visioning. Now, let's do a review and see if we can add to your emerging growth zone picture. Let's take one more pass. Bottom line, what are you taking away from your vision? Look for what's underneath it all. A sense of the growth that must happen to reach your goals, vision, purpose. The growth that is most powerful for you. It could be tangible, it can be intangible, a hard skill, a soft skill. Double check for any blocks to your growth that have to be cleared. Make sure you've identified what will fundamentally accelerate your growth. Finally, if this is what you know so far about your growth zone, what are the very next steps you will take? Trust whatever is coming up. I want you to take the time to gather all the thoughts, feelings, big ideas, or little seeds for further exploration. Get it all down somewhere so you can look it over and keep playing with it. Ideally, your growth zone feeds the other goals you have for your life. It's the source for your momentum and breakthroughs. I love that we got to try something new together. Well done, you. You can use this episode over and over anytime you want to go below the surface and find your deeper growth. You know, I want to hear all about your growth zone, what you came up with, where you're heading, questions, or where you got stuck in the process. I wish I could have been with you live in person, helping you to brainstorm and map it all out. I'm always here to be your growth partner with one-on-one private coaching or in my coaching groups or workshops. As always, find the episodes on thegrowthmoment.com and subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast app. Now get out there and grow today.